Hello, friends. My name is Ismail Shahtakhtinski, and I'm the principal immigration attorney at I.S. law firm. I want to congratulate those who were selected for the diversity visa lottery processing for 2024. If you are in the United States, when you learned that you were selected for further processing through diversity visa lottery program, then this video is for you. Previous to this video, I also made a brief clip about the process for those who are outside of the United States. So if you were selected for the diversity visa processing and you're outside of the United States at the time of selection, congratulations. Please watch the other video. In that video, I described the process for those who are outside of the US. In this video, I will tell you about the intricacies of the process for those who were selected for the diversity visa who are currently in the United States. So if you are in the United States at the time of your diversity visa selection, then you may be able to file for adjustment of status. Adjustment of status means change of status, where you can change your current status to the permanent residency, also known as green card. To be eligible for adjustment of status, you have to be in a current status. You have to maintain lawful status in the US. If you are, for example, here on a visitor status, you may run out of time by the time your turn comes, your priority date becomes current to apply for adjustment of status. Let me first break it down for you. What is priority date? So when you were selected for the diversity visa processing, in the selection notice, you see there are numbers. There is a case number. It starts with 2024, and then it goes EU or AF or whatever, and then there is a large number. That number shows the date in queue. That number is your place. It doesn't show the date. I'm sorry. It's your place in line to apply for adjustment of status in the US. And how you can find out which numbers selections can apply at a certain time is by going to the State Department's website, looking up a visa bulletin. The visa bulletin shows which month which numbers can apply for during the certain months of the year for the adjustment of status. And the time when the first applications for adjustment of status can be filed based on the 2024 diversity visa selection is going to start October 1st of this year, and then it will last until September 30th. September 30th, the end of the September, is the last day when the USCIS, the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, can approve your adjustment of status based on your diversity visa selection. And if you apply, you must apply way ahead of that time so that the USCIS has enough time to process your application, to review the forms and documents, and to schedule your interview, and to decide on the interview, after the interview, whether to approve your case or not. And that sounds like a lot, because we all know the USCIS is significantly backlogged, and the interviews and the processing of many cases is currently taking very long, longer than 1 or 2 years. However, the USCIS formally announced that they are considering adjustment of status cases as expedited case each time. They do need to be informed about this, that your application is a diversity visa adjustment of status case, and the USCIS requests to clearly mark in the envelope and on the package and highlighted that this is a diversity visa AOS, adjustment of status case. In that case, they will process it expeditiously. But no matter how expeditiously they process the case, they are not able to process it timely if you do not file proper documentation or proper forms required for your case. So, there are also steps that you have to take beforehand. You have to pay the diversity visa adjustment of status fee to the State Department. And that's done through filling out a little form and mailing the payment for each applicant. And then the State Department sends a receipt, a confirmation back. That will have to be included in your adjustment of status package. Additionally, with the adjustment of status package, you will need civil documents, your biographical documents. And some of those documents you may not have here with you, or you may have never had a document that is required, which is going to be hard to get from your home country. So that's why it's best to plan ahead. For example, some people don't have their birth certificates with them in the United States, or you may have never had a birth certificate, because in some countries, for example, in Turkey, they don't produce they don't produce birth certificates. So that's why it's something that you will need to go through your Turkish consulate here in the United States to obtain. Or in some countries like India, some people, prior to certain date, never had a birth certificate. Or you may have a short form of birth certificate, but the USCIS requires a long form birth certificate. So what you need to do is bottom line is you need to plan ahead. And the best way to do this would be to work with a professional immigration attorney experienced in this area, or with an immigration firm, obviously, which consists of immigration attorneys who handle these types of cases. Now, one of those firms is our firm, and one of those attorneys is myself. I have been handling diversity visa adjustment status cases for more than 16 years. I'm a licensed immigration attorney, member of Immigration Lawyers Association, and doctor of U.S. jurisprudence. And so there will be links posted at the bottom of this video where you can schedule a consultation directly with me to talk about the processing of your case, and to discuss the details of your case. And then if you decide, then our law firm can handle your case, and we can walk you through the process, holding your hand from the beginning to the end, including your interview. We'll be happy to do so. So plan ahead. Make sure that you review, you either work with a professional attorney who is handling these types of cases, or make sure that you carefully review all of the rules, regulations, requirements, and instructions to make sure to maximize your chance of getting your green card through diversity visa lottery program. Again, it's not guaranteed, but after the selection, most of it depends on you. Of course, there are some people who are, going to be not lucky enough because their selection notice number is too high, and there may not be sufficient immigrant visas based on that number. But if you're already in the U.S., you're applying for adjustment of status, most likely you will be successful. But as long as you do carefully prepare and file everything timely and correctly and accurately, and if you need help, please contact us. We'll be happy to help. If you find this video helpful, please hit like and please subscribe to our channel. And again, in the other video, I described the process for those who are outside of the United States. If you realize that you don't have a current status, and you may need to go through the process outside of the US, or if your status will expire by the time your priority date becomes current based on the visa bulletin, then go to that video and watch that as well. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.